Well, if we draw a triangle between Portlock, Anchorage, and Juneau, we get the Alaska Triangle. This triangle has an area of almost 470,000 square kilometers. Inside this triangle, approximately 20 to 30,000 people have disappeared without a trace. Nobody knows what happened to them. A lot of explanations were offered, like the extreme cold weather, difficult terrain, accidents, encounter with wildlife, sickness or some health problem, etc. But all these explanations cannot explain all the missing cases. They can explain only a few of them. But I think I know the real reason why so many people have disappeared in Alaska. There is something non-human living there in Alaska, and it has constructed huge structures for some purpose. It doesn't like human presence, it doesn't want human presence. That's why so many people have disappeared inside Alaska. In this video, I will show you some structures which are impossible for humans to create. So, come, let's go and see them. This is Google Earth satellite imagery. On the screen, you can see Fairbanks in Alaska. Fairbanks is the second biggest city in Alaska. If we travel about 240 kilometers southwest of Fairbanks, we can see huge structures on the permafrost. These structures are etched hard into the terrain of the permafrost of the soil, and they are huge. On the screen now you are looking at a huge cross formed by two geoglyphs. This is not created by humans. Each line is about 20 to 30 kilometers long. All these lines invariably end on the bank of a river or a lake or a water body. Here you can see two geoglyphs have intersected to form a cross. Even the vegetation, the terrain and the soil is different here. You know how the terrain in Alaska is covered by huge trees, dense jungles, snow, frost, mud, rivers, lakes, etc. Even in spite of all these things, the geoglyphs are visible clearly in the satellite imagery. Here you can see there is another geoglyph, and these two geoglyphs have formed a sort of a cross, but it's a little bit unclear here. I will take you to further higher. Here you can see a beautiful geoglyph, a cross formed by two intersecting geoglyphs or grooves or furrows or lines on the permafrost in Alaska. Each line is about 20 to 30 kilometers long. Here you can see there is a river or a stream. The line is ending there. And here this line is ending here on another stream. Don't know why they end on streams. You can still go further. You can see the geoglyph is coming like this. Here also there is a big cross formed by the geoglyphs. This line is ending here near the river bank, and this line is ending somewhere here on another river bank. You can see it's ended here. Now let's go a bit further. Here you can see this line has ended here. There are many such locations in Alaska covered by these geoglyphs. Now let's move to the other side of the river and see another cross found by the geoglyphs. There it is, the big beautiful cross. Okay, there it is, the big beautiful cross. You can see it's not a road or human construction. It's there since a long time. Nobody knows who created them or when they were created. Maybe they are there since thousands of years. You can see another big cross. All these areas are highly inaccessible and very remote. No roads are there to take us there. We have to take a plane, fly there, hike there for days and days, or take a boat in summer when the rivers have melted. All these places are completely uninhabited. No human has ever set foot in these places. So they are not human constructions, definitely. There is something evil or powerful or very advanced living there in Alaska, and it doesn't want human presence. That something doesn't like humans. That's why so many people have disappeared. Here you can see a maze of lines. Several lines are there. Now let us go and see another location. Now this location is about 250 kilometers northeast of Fairbanks. Here there is a huge grid of lines in the middle of nowhere. All this is a God-forsaken place. Nobody has ever set foot there, and it is very, very difficult to reach this area. There are no roads leading here. Here I will show you huge geoglyphs, miles and miles long. Some of them are 20 to 30 kilometers long, and some of them are 60 kilometers long. There you see the beautiful geoglyphs on the permafrost. There is some sort of archaeological structure here. Sometimes I feel all this is a sort of an electrical circuit, and Bigfoots or Sasquatch or Nantiaq or the UFOs or aliens, whoever might be, which are using these structures, have created them for some purpose. Maybe they are extracting some sort of energy from the terrain or the lakes or the water bodies. You can see the structure is clearly visible through the thick vegetation. Who will construct this at such an enormous cost? It's almost impossible for humans. It requires a huge amount of energy. Here you can see a strange, spooky structure or loop. It has formed on the ground. Every dot on the screen is a tree. Inside the trees, the ground, the soil is adapted and formed a geoglyph. You can see this line something has come out of this archaeological structure, and it has gone east somewhere into the distance. That's not a road. It's impossible to follow these lines as they are hundreds of kilometers long sometimes. You can see there is some sort of archaeological structure here. Maybe it is some sort of electrical capacitor or condenser. Here you can see there is another archaeological structure on the electrical grid. You can see strange structures here. These are not human creations. They are there since the beginning of time, I believe. You can see the line clearly. Maybe this line is 20 or 30 kilometers long. Here the imagery is not processed, so we cannot follow the line anymore. Let us come back here and follow the line northwards. You can see the clear line. There is another type of archaeological structure here. Don't know what it is, but it looks like some sort of electronic or electrical structure maintaining the voltage or the current inside the electrical structure. All these geoglyphs may be electrical conductors. They are extracting energy out of the lakes and rivers, I believe. I drew a red line alongside parallel to the actual geoglyph. This line is about 34 kilometers long. Here it has formed a sort of cross, and if we follow it, again it has encountered a longitudinal north-south line, and again it formed a sort of cross here. It's a bit faint here. There it is, the geoglyph is there, but it is a bit eroded and or became faint. Here it has encountered another north-south line. There it is. Here also there are some special structures on the geoglyph. You can see a loop has formed, a sigmoid type of loop, and a smaller sigmoid type of loop here. Let's follow the line to its. The line ends here, and there is a small stream or river which has dried up. There it is. The line, you can see the line here. The geoglyph. The fascinating thing about this geoglyph is the vegetation, the terrain, the soil has adapted to the geoglyph. That's why this is still clearly visible through the vegetation. Every small dot on the screen is a tree. Every small dot on the screen is a tree. Now you can see the trees clearly in the 3D mode. That's not a road. It's been there for as long as humans are on this planet, I believe. Now let us go back to the cross here and continue our journey northwards. You can see the line. It is still there. This north-south line, I have drawn a red line parallel to the actual geoglyph. It's about 26 kilometers long. Now I will zoom in here. It has encountered another horizontal line. It has formed a sort of a cross. You can see the cross. Here there is a huge loop on the geoglyph. I will rotate the screen a bit to show it to you. The actual geoglyph is going like this, and there is a huge loop over the glyph like this. Don't know what purpose the loop of the geoglyph serves. Now let's go north. Follow the geoglyph northwards. Here it has crossed a small stream and continued. There it is. Here again it has encountered a transverse line, formed a beautiful cross. There is thick vegetation over the geoglyph. You can see the vegetation is unable to obscure or hide the geoglyph. Here again it has encountered a transverse line and formed a huge cross. There it is. You can see all these are hundreds and hundreds of trees. The line goes off into the distance and ends on a river somewhere here. You can see the line, it is there. It's coming like this, like this, like this, it's there. And somewhere there. Now let's come back here. This line is going east. East is about 20-30 kilometers. There it is, the beautiful geoglyph. Here the line is ending. Maybe it's still there, but I couldn't find it. I lost the line here. Now I will show you another structure alongside this structure. Here it is. On the screen, you can see the huge geoglyph. There it is. I have drawn a red line parallel to it. I measured the length of this line. It's about 34 kilometers. Here you can see the north-south geoglyph. It's not perfectly north, it's a bit astray. Now let us go further up and see what is happening to this line. Here it is a bit lost because of the terrain or erosion. Here it has encountered a lake. There it is, the glyph. The actual glyph is there, it's a bit faded there. And it continues again northwards on the other side of this lake. This lake is quite big, about 2 to 3 kilometers wide. Let the imagery alone, I will zoom in here. There it is, the glyph. It's a bit obscure here. It has passed through 2 lakes. It's still there. The name of this creek is Manhattan Creek. You can see the vegetation is of a lighter color on the geoglyph. That's why I think there is something astounding about it. Maybe some advanced technology was used to create these geoglyphs. A very powerful beam of energy might have been focused onto the terrain below like a laser and instantly creating the geoglyph. You can see all the lines are perfectly straight like lasers. Humans cannot create this in such a difficult terrain where the earth is covered by thick vegetation. Here again, there's a cross here. There it is. You can see the beautiful cross. See the thick vegetation, hundreds and hundreds of trees are there. You can see for some reason the vegetation covering the geoglyph is of a lighter color. Here we could focus, zoom in here and see the cross formed by the geoglyphs. There it is. What, in your opinion, is this geoglyph doing here? Who constructed it? whatever it is, the Bigfoot or the Sasquatch or the aliens or some extraterrestrial being has constructed these geoglyphs, using them for some purpose. It's impossible to show the whole line. It's too long and useless also. Here you can see the north-south line is ended, but there is another transverse line here. Now I will end this video here and take you to another location. Just above the present location, we can see another set of huge geoglyphs. There it is, the line. It's a bit obscured or faded or eroded. It is still there. It is still there. Now let us go further up. Here we can see the geoglyph has encountered a lake. Here's the geoglyph. It's going like that. You can see the geoglyph, and it is continuing here. Here it has made a sort of detour all around the lake. You can see the detour, it's a bit faded. Now let us go and see at another point. See here, it has formed a cross or an X-shaped intersection in the vegetation. Here the vegetation is of a different color. Let us go to another location. Here a sort of triangle was formed by the geoglyphs. You can see one line here, one line going like this, and another line coming like this, and all of them are meeting somewhere here, but they are obscured by, here it is, the triangle. The triangle is there. It's a much bigger line which is going off into the distance. You cannot follow all these lines, they are too long and difficult to follow. You can see the line there, the geoglyph. Then somewhere in the vegetation. Now I will take you to another location. It is a bit west of the previous location. This location a bit west of the previous location, and it is across the Yukon River. This is the Yukon River. You can see the name written here, Yukon River. This line is about 56 kilometers long. I measured the line. It's starting here on the banks of this lake. There it is. The line is a bit unclear here, but it is still there. You can see the line. I drew a red line parallel to the actual geoglyph so that I can follow it clearly. There it is, the line. It's a bit unclear here. Here it has encountered a lake or part of a dried up part of the river, but it made a detour around the dried up part, and it's continuing on the other side like this. It is still there. Let's go further west. Here you can see an oxbow lake, I think they call it. You can see the line, the geoglyph, it's like this. And it has continued on the other side also. There it is. Here it formed, crossed a small streak called the Squirrel Creek. You can see the geoglyph is there. Here it is crossing the Yukon River. There it is. Here it has ended here on the eastern shore of the Yukon River and again started on the western shore of the Yukon River. There it is. It's a bit unclear, but it is there. There it is, the line, the geoglyph. Now let us go here. There it is. You can see it clearly. It's much clearer here. There it is. Just follow the red line and you will easily make out the actual geoglyph. There it is. Here it has formed across the lake. Here near the 12-mile lake, this lake is quite popular. It's a big lake. You can see the glyph coming from the east. And again continuing here. There it is, the line, the geoglyph. Might be a bit unclear, but it is there. There it is. You can still see the glyph. So, how do you think this was created or constructed or made? Here it is ending, the geoglyph is ending. Maybe it's there, but I lost it, I couldn't find it. Now I will take you to another location. If you travel about 300 kilometers southeast of Fairbanks, we will encounter another huge group of geoglyphs. Here also, the geoglyphs are perfectly straight like lasers and 20 to 30 kilometers long. There it is, the beautiful big cross or X on the permafrost. Every dot on the screen is a tree, a big tall tree. In spite of all the thick vegetation, you can see this glyph is continuing northeast like this, and it has encountered a lake here. There it is, it's ending on the shore of a lake, and it has taken a detour around the lake and continued exactly aligned on the other side of the lake. And here again it took a detour around and I continued exactly at the same level. Here there is a big cross formed by the geoglyphs. You can see the trees, individual trees. This is one tree, this is one tree, this is one tree, this is one tree. You can see in spite of the vegetation, everything is clearly visible. There is another cross here. Here you can see the glyphs have formed a sort of triangle. This is one corner, this is one corner, this is one corner. A huge triangle is formed by the glyphs on the edge of a lake. I don't know the name of this lake. This line is going east over a creek. What is the name? Nantiaq Creek. It has encountered a lake, and so I took a small detour around the edge of the lake, and it continues about 20 to 30 kilometers into the distance. Here the name of this lake is the Old Man Lake, and there is a cross here. You can see a clear cross. All this area is covered by thousands and thousands of trees. Here you can see The glyph has come up to here, but it has formed a loop here and continues east. Now let us go and see another location. The thousands and thousands of square kilometers of Alaskan permafrost is covered by these geoglyphs. These are located inside the Alaska Triangle. That's why so many people are disappearing. Whatever it is, it doesn't like human presence. You can see a loop is formed over the geoglyph. Now, let us go and zoom here. There it is. It has encountered a lake here, but it is continuing exactly on the other side of the lake without interruption. But it has formed a sort of a loop all around the lake. That is the specialty of these geoglyphs. These are not human creations. That's why this is Bob's Lake. Again, we can see the geoglyph has made a detour or a bypass around the lake, but the geoglyphs continue up to the shore of the lake. Here you can see there is an interconnection here between that geoglyph and this geoglyph. There it is. These are definitely not made by humans. Humans don't do anything like this. Now here again it has created a big bypass, a detour around the lake, but the glyph is ending on the shore of the lake. Here there is a human-made road. This is the Alaska Highway, I think. Why nobody noticed these geoglyphs till now, I don't know. Maybe they know and they are not talking about this for some reason. There it is. Why? If you can find an answer, please let me know in the comments. Here it has passed to a stream. The geoglyphs are endless. There is no end to them. They are everywhere inside the Alaska Triangle. That's why Alaska Triangle is Bigfoot country or Sasquatch country. That's why so many people are disappearing without a trace. We don't know what happened to them. Whatever it is behind the disappearances. Now I will take you to another location near the Arctic shore. Oh, there are some more things must be shown here. There are hundreds and hundreds of these cross-like structures all over Alaska. Here there is an interconnection between two lines. Here there is a crosswind lake. I think that's quite popular in Alaska. Here again there is a cross. Who will create in a maze like this? Maybe the Bigfoots or Sasquatches are hiding inside these lakes. These lakes are an entry or a door to the underworld or the subterranean world of the Bigfoots or the Sasquatch. Maybe they are living inside somewhere. Inside that, these lakes are hiding the entry points into the lakes. Here there are some human constructions, possibly, but I don't know if they are really human constructions or not. There another. All this area is almost uninhabited. You can count the number of people here on your fingers. I will take you to another location. Now we are near Prudhoe Bay in Alaska near the Arctic Ocean. Here there is a strange structure. It looks like a groove or a furrow on the permafrost. Here you can see. It's about 1600 meters long. There is a clear line geoglyph here, and there is something funny here. This might not be a geoglyph, but it looks like the butt of a Bigfoot to me. What do you think? Is it real or something made it? Doesn't it look like the Bigfoot's butt? Now, let us go here. You can see the geoglyph, perfectly straight laser-like geoglyph. And if we go there, the permafrost looks as if the mud is baked at high heat to create this geoglyph. You can see as if the mud has been baked at a high heat to create this geoglyph, and it is perfectly straight. Yeah, there is something, I don't know what it is, but it is of a very bright color, some sort of archaeological structure maybe. You can see the actual geoglyph here. It's going like this also. Now let us go and see something different. This is the Canning River area near the Prudhoe Bay. You can see two straight lines formed a sort of right angle at 90 degrees. Let's go to another location. There it is, the geoglyph. The longitudinal transfer, there is a fine line here and it has formed a sort of triangle there. This is the triangle. This is the triangle. You can see the geoglyph. It's clearly visible on the terrain, on the permafrost. A very high heat must have been focused onto the ground to create these geoglyphs. This is the Snag River. I don't know if it is a geoglyph or man-made, but it looks like a geoglyph to me. It's on the riverbed of the Snag River. You can see the perfectly straight geoglyph. It's also very long. There is something interesting here, like a runway. It's like a runway to me. What do you think this is? I called it the runway for spaceships. It's also on the bed of the river, Sag River, bed of the Sag River. Here you can see the line is starting here. There it is, the line is starting here and going northwest like this. It looks as if the mud has been baked at high heat to create this geoglyph. A very strong beam of energy or a laser was focused onto the terrain to create this geoglyph. No humans possess such kind of technology. You can see the geoglyph. Here there is some sort of structure. I called it the alien base of Alaska. It's quite big, more than a kilometer long. And there is something here, an archaeological structure, and there is another geoglyph here. Now let's go to this place. There are hundreds of them. I cannot show every one of them. This is just a sample. Here the geoglyph is. There it is. Something was focused onto the terrain to create these geoglyphs. The mud has melted. All this, you can see a white structure here. This is about 1.5 kilometers long, I think. Don't know what it is. There it is. The line has ended here. Here there is a line which is 8 kilometers long. There it is. And it has formed a cross also. It's much longer, but the imagery is not good on this side. You can see the clear cross. It has encountered like, and then again the same bypass. It's going east like this. There it is, the line. There it is, the line. It's there. Something terraformed Alaska. The line has come here. This is no man's land. Nobody ever goes here. Nobody has set foot here. I don't know even the Inuits or the local Native Americans know about the existence of these structures. There are still many more structures I want to show you. The video will become too long, so I will end it here. On the screen, you can see Portlock, the famous ghost town in Alaska. It was abandoned in 1949 after a series of mysterious disappearances and deaths in the town. The locals blamed the deaths and disappearance on a mythical beast called the Nantiaq. Nantiaq. I think I know the reason what caused the deaths and disappearances. Very near to Portlock, we can see huge geoglyphs or extraterrestrial constructions. Maybe the Nantiaq or the Bigfoot or the Sasquatch, whatever it is, has created these geoglyphs for some purpose. It is still active there, so don't go there alone. Never go there alone. Here we can see something else. There it is, the perfectly straight laser-like geoglyphs near Portlock. There they are. These are not man-made. Something created them for some purpose. Let's see here what is here. There it is, a huge cross. Each geoglyph is about 20 to 30 kilometers long. They are created on the permafrost by something which is not human. There is no human involvement here. There is no human activity around. You can see the permafrost or the terrain adapted to the geoglyph perfectly. Now see here, there is another huge cross. These are not natural, nor they are made by humans. Something else is there and it doesn't like human presence. It's eliminating the humans. It is warding off the humans. That's why so many people turned up dead or disappeared. Now look here. The geoglyph is coming from north to south. Here it encountered something like a ridge, so it made a jump over the ridge. You can see it clearly. I'll put it in 3D mode. There it is. There is a cross also here. There is a deep creek. Now you can understand why so many people disappeared. There is something it doesn't want or doesn't like human presence. It is eliminating all humans which it can and see the geoglyphs. This is the reason so many people disappeared inside Alaska. Now if you go a little bit far away from the present location, you can see a huge line, a big line on the permafrost. There it is. Now let us see something else. There are 3 lines, all of them are wide and broad. You can see they are not human creations, they are roads. They lead nowhere. There it is. It begins nowhere and ends nowhere. Let us see what is here. There it is, the perfectly straight laser-like geoglyph, and it has an elbow-like bend. Let's see it. There it is. Think that is clear for you. So don't go to Alaska alone or into the wilderness areas. There is something which doesn't want you there. Always be careful and stay safe. This is Anchorage. There is the river, and there is a mysterious line here. There it is. It's very long. Now I will end this video here.